Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be making a stock analysis of Luminar Technologies. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't financial advice, it's purely for entertainment and educational purposes. As you can see, currently this stock has a quite an ugly graph. As you can see, back in March of earlier this year, it's trading all the way in 8.5, and currently we're only sitting at 3.3. So currently it is quite poor, even though we have seen a golden cross here on the 21st of July. It is not a great graph. As you can see, overall, it is quite poor. As you can see, we also have this reverse stock split here in November of last year, which of course is a bad thing because this means the stock was trading at so little that chances are it would be listed off the Nasdaq. Now, as you can see also, if I make the graph a bit bigger, as you can see right here, each candle is now a day. Now, I have to say this stock has never been trading at 700 bucks. Of course, that is because it has the reverse stock split, so everything has been times by 15 before that date. But this means that basically everyone who bought before that is sitting at a loss. Of course, as you can see currently, the stock price, let me just find that here. As you can see, this green line here, everyone who bought above that is sitting at a loss, which is of course is a poor thing. Now let me just make this normal again. And the reason I'm saying this, even though I personally love the technology that Luminar has, which is LiDAR technology, I'm going to get into that later, you need to be a lot more careful once a company has a graph like this, because this means basically everybody is sitting at a loss. And that means chances are when it rises quickly, like it did today, where it's up 10, almost 11%, some people are going to think, great, I can reduce my loss, or I can get out at even, and they're going to jump out. So chances are we're going to see when it jumps up, it's going to fall down. As you can see, this has happened here right after the stock split. You can see every time it jumped up, it fell back down, jumped a bit up, fell right back down. Even here on earnings, as you can see, performed great on earnings, jumped right up, fell right back down. So this is a pattern we see until that a lot of people are out of the stock, which no longer believes in the case. Chances are we're going to see this pattern again. Now, as you can see, the beta on this stock is also quite huge at 1.77, which means it is a lot more volatile than the average market. Now, currently in the RSI, we are trading quite nicely. We're up in the positive RSI here, and by positive, I mean we're in the upper channel, which something is between 70 and 30. 50, I mean, it is in the upper channel, which means the stock price is moving upwards. And once the stock is below 50 and above 30, it's in the downward channel like this one here, and it's moving downwards. And then when it's up here, it's overbought, and down here, it's oversold. And when it's up here or down here, it's typically more volatile, so you should be a bit more careful. Now, as I said, they were making LiDAR technology, and that it really isn't that profitable yet, as you can see down here in the earnings. As you can see, more financials, as you can see here, it's autonomy solutions and advanced technology and services. And LiDAR technology is being used in autonomous cars. That is when it is like echolocation, but with light. So you can't see the light, it is infrared light, which means that a car can shoot it at something and then it refracts back, and it can then see, oh, let me just avoid this person walking in the street. But they are working with Volvo, and they are doing great in that. And the Kodiak company, which is a autonomous driving company, a bit like Aurora Innovations, and they're also working with Airbus and some other defense contractors as well, trying to get a bit more profits. Now, I do like the company a lot, and as you can see down here in the financials as well, of course, they're losing a lot of money, but that is because they're investing heavily. But I do like the product quite a lot. Now, personally, I don't own any of the stock at the moment, but I am waiting to see it trade sideways a bit more, or increase a bit more, or even fall a bit more. But all I want to see is a bit more of these peaks and valleys, because this means that a lot more people are going to get out that no longer believe in the case. And I don't want to buy into a stock where a lot of people are just sitting and waiting to get out, because then the stock is going to be a lot more volatile than I like to have. Now, as you can see here on the earnings as well here, as you can see, they're increasing more and more, which is of course great. Of course, they're still losing money, but chances are they're gonna make money sooner rather than later. Also, just because how far the autonomous driving is evolving, and we see company like Tesla has already released autonomous driving, which I believe was in Fort Worth, Texas, but I'm not quite sure of the city, but it was in a part of Texas. Now, the performance of this stock really is quite poor, as you can see. If we go all the way back to 2019, as you can see, we have one positive year, 2020, and then we have 4 quite negative years. So be very careful in a stock like this, because it is quite volatile. And of course, because they are not making any great money and they're still investing heavily and developing, chances are this is a huge, huge gamble. Because of course we don't know if any other companies come out and has better technology, but we're gonna wait and see how they perform. Now down here, as you can see in the technicals, for the day it's a buy, and for the month it's a not as well, it's a sell. I can see right here, and you might be thinking, well, why is that? Well, of course, as you can see, it has been trading downwards. Then it did make a bit of a return, but then of course it quickly fell down again. So even though we do have this golden cross here, it hasn't been performing that greatly. And what we want to see is a bit more sideways trading, and the next support level is right here, actually, where we do see some resistance sometimes. As you can see, we have a bottom here and a bit of a peak here and a bottoming out situation. And as you can see on this peak right here, it goes down, and then currently we are sitting actually on the support level. So hopefully we can trade a bit more sideways or a bit more up, because this is really where we are currently. It is on a support level. So chances are it's going to either move upwards. If we break through this, we are going to move up a bit more, like right around here, right up here, as you can see. We have some other support levels right about here. If we can get all the way up here to, what is that, about 4.5, a bit over 4.5, that would be great. But if not, we don't really have any proper support levels. We have some down here, but they are so little that they don't really justify as any support levels. So if we can break through this chance, we're going to move up towards 5. If not, then we are not going to do that. Now the analyst reading on this, as you can see, they are quite poor. As you can see, we have 3 hold and 1 strong sell, but the average is still up because the stock has simply fallen so much. So be very careful. But something you also have to know about small companies like this, because it is so small, a lot of companies don't cover them, and by a lot of companies don't cover them, I mean banks. So these analysts are, chances are, they work for very small and more niche companies, but I would be a bit more skeptical with these analysts because there's a few, so we don't have any good analysts on them, because the more analysts rating on them, the better they are. And as you can see, they don't estimate to make money at least until 2029. Let's hope them they do, but as you can see, at least they're getting better and better and better. Now the annual rating, the annual earning, and this is increasing more. And as you can see currently, they are not making that much money at all. As you can see, it is in the low millions, and it's only increasing to over 100 million in 2026. So I would say still be quite careful. But in 2028, they're estimating to make quite a lot more money. So let's hope they do that. That was my analysis on Luminar Technologies. If you want to see more videos like this, please leave the companies you want me to analyze in the comment section below.